I wasn't joking when I said I was throwing sequins all over the room. My husband's gonna be like, what happened in here? Was there a stripper in here? So just for anybody new, the sequins and the living coral top that you will see in this video are actually in this box, which is part of the April 2019 giveaway. If you want to win this giveaway, all you need to do is comment on a video uploaded during April 2019 and be a subscriber. Welcome to FiberLoveDiary. If we haven't met before, I'm Trish. Welcome to FiberLoveDiary. If we haven't met before, I'm Trish, and this is Luther. And if we have met before, you're probably subscribed already, and I appreciate you. Really? So ever since I unboxed the April Paradise Fibers box, I have been getting some questions about how to use this little tool that they sent. You guys, oh, it's really gonna be hard for me to, oh, perfect, see that? So I'm gonna show you how to use that to put your beads and sequins in a yarn that you spin today. I also did this during Tour de Fleece last year in a different technique, and I'm gonna post a link below so you can see how that works. Are you mushy mushy? So that technique is where you add beads during plying, but you could do the same with sequins. It really doesn't work well unless you are at a point in your spinning where you can spin a pretty thin single. So just so you know, and you also would need to know how to chain ply. Those are the techniques that you need in order to be able to do that style of beading. I'm going to show you a completely different style today. If you haven't seen that video, I will also link the unboxing video below, but Paradise Fibers sent this assortment, you guys, of beads and stuff in the April box. So I'm going to show you how to get them ready to spin into a yarn, and personally for me, I would rather have this in a more of a thick and thin yarn. You can literally do this on a single. So if you're ready, let's get started. And I'm gonna look for the end, and I'm gonna pull off a fairly short length. Okay, so that's all I pulled off. It's probably 8 inches, I'm guessing. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of pull off a little small section of it. I've got my bowl of sequins right here and beads. Oh gosh, I just threw a sequin. So since I just threw that one, I'm gonna use it. What you're gonna do is put the wire on this little thing, and a lot of people's moms have like needle threaders, because that's really what this is, in their sewing kits. So if you don't have one of these, you just push it through. Can you guys see the sequins on the bottom? It's on that needle threader. And then I'm gonna grab a bead. Okay, so I got this kind of ambery one with like a iridescent, ooh yeah, girl. Just twist it a little, put it through, just like that, right? And you're gonna take the sequin and the bead, and I'm actually gonna pull them apart because when I spin them in, I want them to be apart. See that? So the sequin's a little bit hard to see, but when you spin it in and then ply it, it'll get pushed down like this and it'll be sparkly. So I'm gonna do about, I don't know, 5 or 10 of these, and then I'll show you how to spin them into what you're doing. Okay, so also you guys, I dyed the pineapple fiber already. That time I got a bead and a sequin right when I dipped my hand in. And it turned out really, really cool. I also did some bamboo at the same time just to like do an experiment. And I'm gonna show you guys that video, I don't know, probably around the weekend. Things have been super crazy. Things have been super crazy in this house. I showed in an earlier video that we have like our living room ripped apart because we are redoing our fireplace and stuff. And it was supposed to be a 1-week thing. You see that? Yep. And it's been, tomorrow starts the 4th week. And I don't really even, I'm kind of at that point where it's like, it's not even worth talking about. It just is what it is. And that's okay. But it's also a little bit stressful and frustrating. But on top of that, we had ordered new flooring for our bedroom. I don't know, probably a couple weeks ago. I've been looking for a while. And it came in. And Saturday morning I was like, I'm just gonna move all the furniture. Luther, stop it. Saturday morning I was just like, I'm gonna move all the furniture in our room. And I'm going to see if I can get this floor down enough so that we can like set our bed up again and sleep in our own bed tonight. And there is like no possible way I ever could have done it alone. My son and my husband helped, and it still took more than 12 hours. I was scraping tile mortar off a section of flooring, and there's a slider in our bedroom that goes out to our backyard to the pool, and I was scraping tile mortar off until I literally had to just like go ask for help because I was losing all my strength, and it was taking me 3 times longer than it should, and I finally was like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna ask for help. So I'm doing 3 on this one. I do like to vary them. There's 2 beads and a sequin, but the sequin might be hard to see. My husband just had to bring me another battery because mine went dead. So I'm gonna speed this up, and I'm gonna do, I don't know, 2 or 3 more, and then we'll spin it and I'll show you. But guys, these are so, you won't be able to see, they're gorgeous. And it's like such an interesting mix. It's all different size beads, different colors, different sequins. They're awesome. It's one of those things that it is time consuming, but like you didn't become a spinner because you wanted to just not spend time doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time consuming to spin your own yarn, and I really feel like this is worth it. So now we're gonna spin it. Ready? Now, you might ask yourself, when I get to the point of adding one, why I don't just completely break my top and add it alone, and it's because it will move. Maybe there's a way to do this where you don't have to do it that way, but I have not successfully ever done it. So I'm gonna quick show you. So if you just break your top and put one in right here alone, when you get to the hook, or sometimes even like right here on the edge of the orifice, it will catch and it'll just slide the bead down towards you. It'll just keep sliding through. But if you do connect it with some top from like your main supply, it'll kind of like catch it in there, and then it won't be able to get stuck when it hits the hook or the orifice or whatever. The only trick is not catching it yourself with your fingers. Okay, so that should be on. I'm gonna quick show you guys. Okay, so you can see there that that does not obscure the bead in any way. Like, you can still totally see all the sparkle, all the shine, but it is stuck in there so it can't move around on your project or on your wheel or anything else. I got to. I'm not going to say this is a mistake, because I would totally keep it if I did this. Well, I did do it I did do it by accident, but I mean, I would totally keep it. When I was letting that like wisp of fiber add in and slide through my hands, my hand did not go over the beads, and I squished them together with the sequins, but I kind of like it, so I would leave it. But you may not want that look, and in that case you need to make sure that as the fiber is slipping through your hands, you open your hand over those beads and sequins, or they will smush together. Okay, so there is another technique that I've heard of, but I've never tried, so we're gonna try it right now. I have a coordinating color lace weight wool yarn. I just used a coordinating color because I don't really want to compete with the orange at this point. I like the orange with the sparkle, and I don't really want to throw another color in the mix. I'm just going to use this lace weight and thread a needle. Hopefully, actually, why don't I use my needle threader? No! That's what these are originally designed for. Thanks, Paradise, for my awesome new needle threader. A needed one, obviously. I cannot thread a needle on my own. Okay. So I used it after all for this technique. You do not need one of those for this technique unless you're like me and you can't thread a needle. Then you literally just start stringing them on. And this works better if you're gonna ply with something on a cone. Where's the hole on these big guys? Here we go. If I was doing like if I was doing this whole section of yarn, I would just keep going. But I just want to show you guys how this works. So next I'm going to spin a couple, I don't know, yards, couple dozen yards of fat singles. Beautiful. This top is really pretty for that. So I'm gonna show you how to add some sequins and beads to it during the plying stage. All right, so I am holding the single with that orange yarn, and I know you guys are probably going to be like, why I can't see it. And I'm going to put the sequins and stuff in my hand, my right hand, while I hold this with my left hand. So this is the plying stage, and then I'm going to feed them on as I go, and I will stop and start. So here is the second one. I wish you could see all the sparkle. It's so cute. It's like bumpy and sparkly, so it's texture. It's just really nice.